Hi, this is the Buff Mother, Ellie Berger from buffmother.com. I am here with another installment of our series about my book, Hormonal Timing. I started with foundation number 1 last week, and there's actually 10 plus foundations in this book. So today I'm going to talk about foundation number 2, which starts in section number 3. Where there's a nice, fun, pretty picture. This book is really colorful. It's printed in full color. You don't get that very much in books these days because I felt like I like looking at pictures. I like being inspired. I like my reading to be fun, and so I put lots of pictures, testimonials, graphs, and also some testimonials in here. So actually in this foundation number 2, there's 2 doctor testimonials of clients that actually went through my Miracle 8 program, which is an 8-week program that I now charge $2,000 for those 8 weeks. And it's not in person, it is a virtual program. So we do phone calls, emails back and forth, sending pictures back and forth and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, that's on my website under personal training. It's very intense, a huge commitment from both myself and you, but definitely worth it if you're ready for it. So these 2 doctors, they're actually medical doctors that went through the program, and they wrote glowing testimonials about hormonal timing and about the difference it made in their life and the way that they train and the way that they'll train forever. So basically, foundation number 2 lays out what hormonal timing is. Hormonal timing is utilizing your natural hormonal processes to capitalize on the good effects of those hormones and negate the bad effects of those hormones. So there's really a detailed description of how this works. You definitely need to harness the power of your hormones by using education, using your diet and fitness, and using supplementation. And so success tool number 2 actually lays out the buffing and the boosting phases of this program. So there's, to just boil it down for you, there's 2 distinct phases that every woman goes through in the month. Now we could break it down even further, but for the purposes of this program and the purposes of what we're trying to accomplish with this program, it's 2 2-week phases. So you're buffing for 2 weeks and you're boosting for 2 weeks. Now, buffing means buffing your body, dieting hard, trying to lose weight, trying to just lean up and really see that scale move down. It's also a time for you to increase your cardiovascular fitness, which is aerobic fitness, and maintain your muscle mass at the same time. Now, that's the time of the month where you are actually feeling more motivated, feeling more lean and svelte. Your hormones aren't working against you. You're not having a lot of cravings. And so that's why I really truly believe, again, in working with your hormones and not fighting them. So if that's what your body is naturally doing at that time of the month, let's use that. And go and buffing is typically for a woman is cycle days 5 through 18. And your goal are very clear in here. So you have a clear goal for 2 weeks, and it's laid out for you in detailed, and then on a reminder chart it says be relentless, give 110%. Think I can do anything for 2 weeks. You focus on weight loss and diet, meaning a caloric deficit, meaning you're eating less than you're expending so that you will lose weight. And you want to eat clean to lose weight. You want to do extra activities throughout your life. You want to be very active, and you want to add in some extra cardio. This is the time of the month we're adding in that fasted cardio or tacking on an additional 20 minutes of steady state cardio to your interval program. All of these things add up, and really it's like this is time to go for it. This is like do or die, like 2 weeks before your vacation type motivation, okay? So also during this phase though, there's one little thing that you have to work through, and that's your ovulation time. So, but trust me, after you ovulate, you're gonna like maybe bloat up just a little bit, have some cravings, but you'll have a few good days after that ovulation before you really get into what we consider your PMS state, which is actually your boosting phase. So cycle day 19 is when you start boosting. And I call this boosting because I want you to really think about reboosting your metabolism up. So you're going to eat more than you were eating during buffing on purpose and for a reason. You're boosting your metabolism, you're strengthening it again. So say like you're eating 1,200 calories during buffing. I want you to eat at least 1,700, maybe 1,800 or 1,900 calories during boosting. So this way there's a definite switch in how, you're not in caloric deficit anymore. You're almost in a place to where you could actually gain a little bit of weight. But the cool thing about it is that as females, during the week before our period, we actually burn up to 500. That's 500 more calories a day. So that's part of why we feel like we're struggling so bad with our cravings, is because we actually need more calories during that time of the month to regulate our body systems. We just burn more calories, okay? So you go ahead and add that in, and you may see some weight gain, but your goal overall is to maintain during boosting. You're not trying to lose weight. You're just trying to maintain and reboost that metabolism up so that when you hit your next buffing phase, you can see continued weight loss with that lower caloric intake. Now, it's a little bit of a slower process than what, traditional dieters think about, but in the long term, it's highly successful because it helps you stay consistent and it helps your hormone levels. That's what we're trying to stimulate in your body. We want to stimulate youthful hormones. And so keeping that your body guessing and not in a fasted state all the time will really help your hormones. After a fasted state, if you increase your caloric intake, you actually omit hormones like growth hormone and testosterone at a higher rate than you would otherwise. So that's why you may see a little bit of increased muscle mass growing faster than you would if you would just keep on your same old status quo and don't switch between buffing and boosting. So it's very important that you do follow the plan the way it's laid out, because first of all, you're not going to get blindsided by your hormones, and you're going to be able to get through your boosting phase without quitting or without having a horrible, totally fall off the wagon type experience. But also, we want to stimulate muscle growth. Muscle burns fat. Muscle is the key to your metabolism. Muscle is not going to make you bulky. Muscle is going to help you stay youthful and have a nice curvaceous body, nice booty, nice leg shape, nice arm shape. You don't want to just be a skinny fat person. You want to be someone that has some muscle mass, and that's the key to youth. You need to have muscle mass to maintain your whole body structure. And if you lose muscles, certain muscles get weak, you're prone to injuries. It's like a whole endless cycle of just aging fast if you lose too much muscle mass, and that's what a traditional diet does. So we're trying to build muscle and lose fat. So if you build muscle during your boosting phase, that muscle in turn is going to burn more calories for you and increase your metabolism, so you're going to see better results during your buffing phase, okay? So, and of course your hormones, it's going to stimulate proper hormones. So it's a very exciting program. And by the time you get done with 2 weeks of boosting, you are 100% ready to be buffing again. You're like, oh, forget this. I'm sick of eating this much. I'm ready to diet hard again, and I'm ready to, focus on my cardio a little bit more than my lifting and get after it. So a boosting reminder chart is just a reminder that you, during this time of the month, you need to rest a little bit more because you're boosting your metabolism. If you feel like you're having some hormone-induced failure, things, are coming against you, cravings, mental issues, maybe depression and lack of focus, you're just kind of down in the dumps, kind of cranky, realize that it's just your hormones. Work through it, take some deep breaths and be like, okay, it's just my hormones. I can get through this. I'm gonna, do these strategies. I know this is the way I feel every month. This isn't true just because I feel like this. This doesn't mean that this is true. You need to maintain your weight loss, and you need to cut back a little bit on your workout intensity and frequency and duration. So I don't want you to be adding in a lot of extra cardio during this time. This is more about rebuilding your body. The best thing you can do during your boosting phase is to lift weights. So I say put 100% effort into lifting weights, lift weights heavy, lift weights, but take rest periods in between. You know, don't be doing the Tabata stuff. Don't be, you know, your brain is not in the mood to do a lot of that at this point. So, you know, you just want to, like, you know, take a more of a casual approach to your weight training, but at the same time, I want you to try to lift heavy. I mean, like lower reps, you know, even like maybe 6 reps per set, so that you really get some optimal results. And the cool thing about during boosting, a lot of times we're extra strong as females during your boosting phase because you hold a little extra water weight. Water actually helps nourishes get nutrients to your cells, and you can lift a little heavier. Honestly, I can lift about 20 pounds heavier on several different lifts during my boosting phase than I can during my buffing phase. And it doesn't matter, you know, it's not like my weight changes that much or anything like that. It's just the hormones in my system and some of what I was talking about with that testosterone and growth hormone and things in your body. So I also have the hormonal timing pills that support both your buffing and boosting phase. Those are supplements that I sell in my store. And I would highly encourage you to take them. They support your natural hormone production, so they have nutrients in there, and they also support what you're trying to do during your buffing and boosting phases. So during buffing, it supports your goals in that phase, and then during boosting, it supports your goals in that phase. You know, it has actually raspberry K in it, in the boosting pill, and it's marvelous for helping control those cravings and your hunger. So I would highly recommend taking them. I take them myself, and that's kind of why I made them, because I wanted them. So there's some really fun looking charts in here. On page 46, it really talks about how you can have continued long-term consistent success with this program by following the buffing phase and the boosting phase, and to keep your metabolism strong. We don't want to ruin our metabolisms. We don't want to end up to where we can only eat like 800 calories a day, or else we'll balloon up and gain 15 pounds. So listen to this program. It works. There's testimony after testimony. Like I said, in this foundation number 2 area, there's 3 testimonies. The third is from a gal named Leslie. She lives in Texas, and she's been a Team Buff Mother member for years. And she is someone that, you know, was what I would term skinny fat. And she's really, oh my goodness, I just saw a picture of her a couple months back, and I'm like, she just keeps on looking better and better. And yes, she is getting older, but her body is getting younger looking because she keeps on adding more muscle and, you know, really challenging her lower body. And she's got a booty now, and she's, you know, really curvaceous and has this awesome shoulders, and oh my goodness, she's just gorgeous. And, you know, whereas when she was in her 20s, she was what I would consider skinny fat, and she, you know, I'm sure she was beautiful then too, but it's a different body. It's a buff, beautiful, gorgeous body that's defying age. And now versus then, it was just, you know, good looking for a 20-year-old. So now we've covered the first 2 foundations. Be sure to look back at foundation number 1 video, and you know, leave any comments that you want, any questions that you have. But all the answers about what is, you know, the details that I cannot cover, you know, just in a video. I give you tons of details for free, but they're in my book, Hormonal Timing. You can get this on buffmother.com or on amazon.com. It's a new revolutionary way to train the female body, and I call it Female Fitness Evolved. Thank you very much, and take care. Bye.